Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Tuesday Tidbits here in the Direct Selling Leaders Network. We love having you here. Today's topic is not one I really wanted to talk about, but I think it's one that we have to talk about and think about a lot. Because you are leaders and the way you approach things affect the people under you directly and indirectly. And so we need to figure out some good ways to communicate in the times of COVID, which are just they're here, right? So today's topic is 3 tips for communicating in the times of COVID. Just some ideas to really help you think about what you're saying and doing with the people on your team and your customers and your contacts. So here's the 3 things. First, you need to update but not overload. Update but not overload. The people on your team really want to hear about what's going on for them, not what's going on in your life. So that's an important thing to remember. I know you have needs too, and you want to be fed needs, but your team is not there to take care of your anxiety or communication issues in the times of COVID. You're the leader, so it's up to you to lead them, which means you pay more attention to them than asking them to pay attention to you. I know that sounds a little bit harsh and one-sided, and it kind of is. That's what leaders do. You get fed from lots of people, but they get fed from you. So it's important that you focus on them. It's important to update, but not overload. I know I'm one of those people that likes all the details, and so I'm willing to sit there for a lot of details and go research more on my own. That's not what Dana wants. Dana wants to be updated. She wants to have a top line so that she can get on with doing things. So that's important. I think the real key thing here is to remember that you want to show your team that you care, and that's the key. The amount of details really feed into that as a bottom line. So show that you can update without overloading. Second hint, share positivity. Share positivity. Now this is not the, well, your orders are going to get there by Christmas sort of positivity. That's an important thing for people to know, but that's not really what we're talking about. What we're talking about here is recognizing people, celebrating their accomplishments, celebrating their efforts. The positive things that they are doing is an opportunity to share the positivity. So appreciate what they're doing, show gratitude. I know with Thanksgiving coming up in the U.S., that's something that people are looking for even more. So show that gratitude, show that positivity, celebrate what people are doing and what they're accomplishing. And those are 2 separate things. What we work on is not always what we get, but it's important to recognize both pieces of that. So that's the second one. Share the positivity. The third one is to use the power of community. Use the power of community. Now, we have a lot of isolation going on right now, right? We don't get to go out and get face-to-face with people as much as we would like. And that really disrupts a lot of salespeople's attitudes about life, particularly when you throw all of the other information out there on top of it. So focus on the power of the community. You have a COVID fatigue, you have Zoom fatigue, you have isolation fatigue. All of those things are going on. And so what you really want to do is think about ways that you can use the power of your community to help people cope and move ahead, because that's really the key thing for people. So here's some ideas about that can help you do that to really reinforce the power of your community. And I want you to think smaller. You're going to communicate with more people in smaller groups. That's a lot of what it has to do. So think about, for example, a virtual happy hour. It's not there to talk about business. It's just a chance for everybody to attend 30 minutes, set a timer, to just share and talk and what's going on with their lives and their kids and all of that sort of stuff. So it's a way to really, for you to help move things in a positive way rather than to be a negative Nelly and reinforce those sorts of things. You have a chance to exhibit positivity and measure positivity and move it forward. So that's a great way for a virtual happy hour. You can have a virtual coffee. Now, some of these things, you can just put your phone on speakerphone and sit there and talk. You can just, man, that coffee tastes good here, and I needed that wake up, and just talk about things without really having to worry about the impressions and the zooms and all of that. So think about using the phone and being voice to voice a little bit more on those sorts of things. Think about a walk and talk meeting. So If you're someone close to you, you can go out virtually and walk and talk and stay a bit away from each other. If not, you can both of you go out and walk and talk and carry your phones and do all of that at the same time. It's something that takes a little bit, it's like walking and chewing gum. You can do them both, but you have to practice at it. So take a little time, laugh about it, have some fun with it. That's really what you're trying to do, is reinforce the power of community. Also, I'd recommend that you think about looking into some things like a virtual whiteboard so you can do a little bit more writing. It helps get rid of some of that fatigue and staring at talking heads on screens a lot. So these are some ideas, 3 key things I think that can maybe help communication here so that you can really focus on people, keep people moving forward, keep people happy, keep them in your community. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.